What if everything we think we know about killers is incomplete? When we imagine a serial killer, most people picture a man, cold, violent, obvious. But what if the most dangerous killers are the ones no one suspects? Tonight we explore a disturbing question. Can an ordinary woman become a serial killer? And more importantly, what happens when she does? At first glance, the idea seems unlikely. Society often views women as caregivers, empathetic, nurturing, and emotionally driven. Not violent, not predatory. But psychology paints a more complex picture. Under extreme conditions, such as trauma, abuse, or severe personality disorders, the human mind can change in dangerous ways. Women, like men, are capable of crossing moral boundaries. The difference lies in how they do it. While male serial killers often rely on physical violence, female serial killers tend to operate differently. More patient, more calculated, less visible. They don't always chase their victims. They wait, they plan, they gain trust, and then they strike. Unlike the chaotic brutality often seen in male killers, female serial killers are frequently driven by practical motives: money, security, control, and sometimes something deeper. A need for power, a need to prove they are untouchable. One of the most terrifying examples of this is a woman whose story still unsettles investigators to this day. Her name was Belle Gunness. Belle Gunness was born in Norway in 1859. In 1881, she immigrated to the United States, chasing the promise of a better life. To her neighbors, she appeared ordinary, quiet, hardworking, reserved. But behind that calm exterior, something darker was forming. Her first marriage ended in tragedy. A house fire destroyed her home. Her husband died, and soon after, Belle collected a significant insurance payout. At first it seemed like bad luck, but then it happened again and again. After the suspicious death of her husband, officially labeled as heart failure, Belle received another large sum of money. That's when everything changed. She moved to a large farm in La Porte, Indiana. And there she began building something far more sinister than a new life. She began building a system. Belle placed advertisements in newspapers across the country. They were simple, respectable, inviting. She presented herself as a lonely widow looking for companionship and possibly marriage. But she was very selective. She targeted men who were wealthy, older, and isolated, immigrants with few local connections, men who could disappear without raising suspicion. When they arrived at her farm, she welcomed them warmly. She cooked for them, spoke kindly, earned their trust, and then they vanished. Belle's methods were as calculated as they were horrifying. Some victims were poisoned, others were killed using blunt force. After the murders, the bodies were buried across her vast property. Some reports suggest they were dismembered. Others claim they were fed to pigs. Either way, they were meant to disappear forever. At the center of it all was money. Each victim brought financial gain: cash, property, savings. But over time, something changed. It wasn't just about survival anymore, it became about control. With each successful murder, Belle reinforced a dangerous belief. She was smarter than everyone, stronger than the law, invisible. Her reign of terror might have continued indefinitely, if not for one man. A man who answered her advertisement, but sensed something was wrong. He escaped, and he went to the authorities, but his story sounded unbelievable. A woman, a serial killer? No one took him seriously, until it was too late. In 1908, Belle's farm burned to the ground. When investigators searched the ruins, they made a horrifying discovery: bodies, multiple bodies, buried across the property. Dismembered remains, evidence of years of murder hidden beneath the soil. But the biggest mystery was still ahead. Among the ruins, a body was found, believed to be Belle. But something didn't add up. The body didn't match her size. Questions began to rise. Did she really die in the fire, or did she stage everything and escape? Some believe she started a new life under a different identity. Others believe she perished in the flames. The truth? No one knows. The story of Belle Gunness forces us to confront an uncomfortable reality. Evil does not always look the way we expect. It doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it smiles, sometimes it waits. Sometimes it earns your trust. Serial killers are not born in isolation. They are shaped by experience, by opportunity, by psychology. And sometimes the most dangerous person in the room is the one you would never suspect.